Okay, guys, sorry about the delayed start there. Welcome to CDR Tier 2, and this is Mexico. So, the Sergio Perez's home race. It's no, Dylan, you're a Tier 2 reserve. Is the lobby glitched for anyone else, or is it just me? Because I can't see a thing. Oh, there we go. It's finally updated so I can actually see where I'm going. Ah, sorry about that, guys. Just give me a second. Okay, there we go. Up and running completely. Yeah, everybody is in. Dylan's in, we are in, and clear weather throughout. Yeah, there we go. Who is trundling out to pit lane first? Does look like it is Wiccan, the first man out on track, opted to leave, leave the pits very early. I don't know anything about the Mexican track, so don't expect any sort of miracles from me today. Just like, you know, every week. But yeah, anybody watching from home, you got any suggestions, anything to talk about? EST bag, hopefully you can get in and give me a hand on this very quickly. So hopefully you'll be in just at the start of the race, give me somebody to talk to instead of talking to myself. As I just watch Wiccan weave. Baby Dan, aka Ninja off in Tier 1 tonight, is perfectly capable of doing it by himself, while I on the other hand, ramble. As a few more cars have come out to start their out laps. There is a couple of cars ahead of Wiccan on track, so hopefully they get out of his way as he gets through turn 3 and 4. I wonder if that's Colby that is ahead of him. No, that looks like it is one of the Ferraris, so I'm going it's as Bab or Sertax. It might be Sertax. It is. I won't repeat that out loud then, Colin, because that's plausible deniability on the league's end if you do crash. As Wickham comes through the stadium section, manages to keep the rear planted and not get a snap of oversteer. Final couple of corners just very awkward. Like the final 18 does an 18.3 to start. Yeah, the final corner is just really awkward. It kind of narrows on the apex and then widens out, but there's no grip. As Dylan's actually gone purple through sector 1. As Scott's done a purple sector 2. What is going on? Where has Scott found pace from? It's because he's probably using full traction today. Just to try and keep the race steady. As he puts himself into P2, only a 10th well, just under 2 temps shy of Wicken, which is not a bad start to his quali session, as Dylan validates going through the S's. Colby's now out on an outlap, Paranoid coming through this tricky middle sector. Armand does a 17.6, so goes 17.8. Oh! Ouch, that's gonna hurt Paranoid. That, you can't park there, mate. Really can't park there. So attacks coming through the stadium. Schnitzy does a 17.5, so the lap times are starting to tumble. Surtax has had a moment somewhere. No, he hasn't. I lied. That's a 17.4. What's Ginge got? He has got a car ahead of him going into the stadium, which I think may be Colby. Yeah, I think that will be Colby. Low 17s, high 16s for pole, yeah. Well, I'd already say they're pretty much at the low 17s in Q1. So, in order to be able to get any lower, they've got to drop into like the very low 16s. Colby has got one of the McLarens ahead of him, which needs to stop weaving and actually get out of the way. I do not know who's got pace around this track, who hasn't. I've not participated in any of the practice sessions this week. I've not done any practice for this track because I'm not racing it on Sunday. So, what who we're expecting is, well, what sort of lap times we're expecting. Oh, it's Colby runs massively wide at the end of sector 2. That's going to have cost him a little bit. Yeah, moving on to the race, it's 36 laps with an average lap time of like 1 minute 21, so it should be over and done with in about 40-45 minutes at tops. So, not too bad as Colby puts himself P3, Ginge puts himself P2, J-Doy comes in for the P2s, pipping Ginge by 4 thousandths of a second, Schnitzy's in P5, Cammy's now in 6th, Ami's down in 7th, Scotty's now 8th, Dylan's in the pits, Saki's on an out lap, Bab is on a lap as he comes through the final S. Yeah, Scott saying he's already a second off the pace to the leader after 1 lap. Yeah, fortunately enough, it's only 36 laps, so if that's race trim 2, you will only be half a lap down by the end of it, if you don't need a new front wing. As Bab splits Lockman and Scotty. That's Teddy coming to the end of sector 2. It seems like I'm catching people as they're coming to the end of the sector. Yeah, Scott, I don't understand that. Like, what is that even supposed to mean? Autocorrect was not your friend there. Oh, either. There we go. It's Mexico, mate. It's not a particularly difficult track to be quick at. It's just finding. Yeah, Colby saying the race will be won by the least amount of penalties. I can completely agree with that. It is penalty haven, especially for DSs when you're following a car ahead. Very difficult to keep it within the white lines and the track limits. So let's see what Saki's got as he comes through the beginning part of DSs. We've not seen this very often. A little bit jolty through there, on a like, little bit twitchy. But a huge thank you to the tier 3 guys stepping in and filling seats today. Pretty much filled most of the grid, so they're getting a practice run for Sunday, knowing what setup works, what setup doesn't. Saki puts himself into P12, beating King Luckman. Scott, all you've got to do is stay out ahead of P15, which is currently Lars on a 1:30. Dylan starting a run. Paranoid's just about to finish his. Puts himself into 10th. Scott, another run might be actually benefit you at this stage, even if it's a fresh set of tyres that you put on. Cheers, Ginge. I'm pretty sure everybody else would disagree with that comment. Scott, if you're down 36 seconds by the end of the race, you cannot have a 36-second head start. That is not how this works. Because you would just, by the time everybody got up to speed, you'd be pretty much round the S's. Sertax and J-Doy would be hot on your heels because you'd crash by yourself. Let's see what Dylan actually has in the tank. This final sector does not take very long. This corner is awkward. Flip that inside curve and you just spinning the rears up. Got to aim for that exit curve on the left to try and square this off, and then it just opens up in front of you. He puts himself into P12. So Scott, yeah, you need another run at some point. As Russ is still sat in the pits, Lars is now on what I'm presuming is going to be an improved lap. See if he can keep it together through the S's and not invalidate. It's just how much do you dare to clip the curbs on the inside. Does keep it tidy. There we go, he's 10 seconds up on his lap time, so that looks like he's going to be dropping into the 19s if you can keep this up, or he had a moment in the final couple of corners. Crazy close already. Yeah, it always isn't here towards the front, as Lars puts himself into 13th. Being outdone by Kiani at the moment, as Armin's opted to retire from P7, thinking he's safe. Ross has finally opted to leave the pits, as he lets, I think that is Cami, yeah it is Cami, through. Cami is on an in-lap by the looks of it due to his lack of ERS. So the energy recovery system being all but drained. Fortunately enough, all we've got to do is wait out another 4 years and, well, another 3 games for the new engines, which get rid of the NGUH, and the NGUK gets an extra 120% on it, which equates to like another 400 horsepower over the course of a lap. As Armin's just asked if anybody else is struggling with tyre temps. Are you running like really high, like hot, or is it just struggling to get them up to temp? As we'll watch Ross on his lap, as he's the last man to actually set a lap. Oh, I think somebody just fell over behind me, or dropped something. Yeah, that might be half of your issue, and running really low tire pressures. Low tire pressures equals more tire contact with the road, equals more wear, and the more wear you have on the tire, the more tire temp you get. So it's kind of 6 of one and half a dozen of the other. It's a compromise you've got to work with. Find out which one works for you best. As is Russ purple in the middle. So Russ has purpled the first 2 sectors. He's either waited really late in this session just to show everybody what he's got in his tank, or he's just managed to hook up a very clean lap so far, as this is looking incredibly clean from him. Puts himself into 11th. Yeah, the front temps around here are a little bit tricky because between every sequence of corners you've got a a significant straight. Me and Dan were talking about this earlier, actually. Between the final corner and the first corner, you've got a straight that's like 1.2 miles long. Then between 4 and 5, you've got another significantly long DRS straight. Then you've got the tricky middle part of Sector 2 and the S's. And then you've got another straight in the run down to the stadium section. And then as soon as you come out of that, you back onto the monster start to finish straight. It's horrible to actually try and get your tire pressures nailed around here, because if you run them a little bit too high, then you're eating a barrier, because you've just not got your overall in the car. As Scott has improved, but by like half a second, but not actually improved in track position. He's still very much at risk, because Dylan, Lars, Bab, Lockman and Saki are all looking at... I don't think that Saki's going to have enough time to go round and then come and get out of the pits. Ross has opted to retire in the pits, I think. Yes, that was in the pit lane. So... so that was a Mercedes really sideways. That was Lars. Colby has opted to retire from P6. As that is Lockman coming round Sector 1. Is Lockman got him into through Sector 1? Does, by just under a tenth. Yeah, completely agree with you there, Armin. Quality trim, like being quick in quality, does obviously have its benefits. Better starting position, less likely to get caught up in a first corner tangle, because warm your tyres up as much as you want around here, and at the end of it you're still going to end up hitting turn 1 with cold brakes and cold tyres, because the straight is just that long. As Scott has not got enough time to get through, get into the pits and back out. So yeah, it's just Bab. Jack, you can't be wishing Armand bad luck. That's just unfair on your championship rival. Like, play fair, play nice. Lars is half a second up as he heads into the S's. Takes a lot of that inside curb at the first part, but gets away with it as he comes around the edge. Through Sector 2, purple's the middle. That's a great sector from him. So half a second up is looking at putting him in and around the 16.7. So in and around Armand, if he can keep the rest of this lap clean. Hasn't done a Bottas into the barrier there. Okay, Lars, that's just rude. Yeah. Jin Cheney's in no man's land in the standings. You are kind of, but at the same time, you're still in with a chance of like a top 5, maybe top 6 in the championship standings. So if you actually think about it, no disrespect, compared to where you were last season, this season has been a major step forward, even though the game does seem to hate you and get you disconnected or like desynced on a regular basis. 3 podiums minimum to challenge the top 5. And we've got this, Silverstone and Brazil left. Do you reckon you can do it? Shut up, Luke. Luke, I hope I win here so I can beat my record of 2 wins in a row. Yeah. No. Go away. The thing is, around here, there is a chance that somebody is going to get a little bit overzealous on the accelerator coming through these S's and eat a barrier. Scotty's saying he just hopes for a top 10 so he can beat his record of top 10s in a row. Which what stands at 1. Luckman does not improve and actually takes the flag. Yeah, even though I'll be... Yeah, I won't be racing on Sunday, but I'll probably tune into the Tier 3 stream at some point. And I hope that I catch the point of where Teabag eats a barrier. So just on the flip side of this, we are losing Lockman, Bab, and Saki from quali. Dylan just sneaking through. Well, not sneaking by half a second. Then Paranoid Ross, Scotty actually making it through by only 8 attempts shy of the pace setters. But Lars and Sertax setting some incredible pace so far. Lars being almost 4 attempts clear. That's impressive. Yeah, Ginge, I'm not sure what it's been, but since I've started doing comms for Tier 2, your race, like your luck in races is just nosedive. So I'm not pointing any fingers at anyone, but am I distracting? That's the only thing I can think of. Okay, we don't need to see what tyre everybody's on because everybody will be on the same tyre. That is a Red Bull going out first, so is that Scott? Yes, it is. Nope, it's just been picked out by Colby. So... Cabby's saying, fun fact, it will be his 1-year anniversary at CDR at the exact same track he made his debut at. If he gets a win, it will be truly poetic. If only it was a full moon, then it would be like written in the stars for you to win today. But yeah, you've got to get past your teammates, Sertax, Lars, Armin, Colby, maybe Ginge. Who else have we got? Wiccan, Schnitzy, like anybody is fully possible to take that win away from you. Yeah, many moons ago. That was season 2. We're coming up to season 6 now. Which just shows on how strong of a community that we've built here over the last 18 months. The fact that we've managed to keep hold of a lot of you guys for the last 18 months. Like a lot of these guys, a lot of the guys that we've got driving at the moment, we've had from day one. Like Colby recently made admin. Been here since like end of season 1, like midway through season 1. I'd want to say. I'm not entirely, I can't really put my finger on when he did join, but I know he joined at the same time, around about the same time Scotty did. So he's deserved that admin role, being here and being active throughout the entire time he's been here. Just well done him again. Just a side note, I really hope that Claymore is happy watching Kasabian other than racing because, well, it's Kasabian. Never put Kasabian over racing. It's Kasabian. They're not that good. And I hope he listens. I hope he hears that at some point and DMs me over the weekend so I can ignore him. As Colby's actually, Scotty did actually get in Colby's way a little bit, but both of them were on flying laps at the time, so not really a hindrance. Wiccan does a 17.4. Ours is invalid. So let's take a look at Ceratax or Certax. However we want to be pronouncing it, guys. Purple's the middle sector. Carries a lot of speed through there. How did he even get that turned in? I'm impressed. Almond does a 17.2, so still 2 tenths off of what we saw in Q1 is the fastest time. Certax does a 17.6. Scotty. Keanu's done a 17.5. What's Ross got? 18.3. J-Doy's on an out like Dylan coming through the middle sector, and there is an Aston off the track. Well done to that Aston for getting out of the way. It does purple the middle, so it's an interesting one from Dylan. Just not really finding his feet in Q1, but it could be worse. I guess he has man. Oh, he's invalidated at the penultimate corner. It's the first time I've ever seen someone cut that corner that much that they've actually invalidated a lap time. A Ginge doing a 17.2. Yeah, designed for season 1, so that was we're talking maybe around April, May 2021. Yeah, so Luke's been here the best part of 18 months, and actually if I jump into Discord, I can actually see the exact date you joined, because it now tells us that. So Colby joined the 6th of May 2021. So yeah, when I said around April, May, I was pretty much bang on. Yeah. Part of the furniture. That's a good thing though, because you know all of the existing admin. Obviously yourself will now be included in that. You've seen people come and go. You've seen people come and stay. You know pretty much all of the guys that you race with on a consistent basis, and how they will react to certain things. Yeah, Alpha Boy is doing decent times in Q2. Being 4th and 5th at the moment. J-Doy with that Williams rocket ship. Nearly died in the S section. Damn. Kind of wish I saw that. Ginger's gonna hate me by the end of this season. As Paranoid does put himself into P6. Teddy Henke does a 17.2. Schnitzy's, yep, eating a barrier. I can't expect. I don't think that will taste very nice, if I'm being honest. Just so nothing is properly confirmed yet. But it does look like you will be getting used to the sound of my voice even more, because I believe I will be staying on comms for Tier 2 next season. So if you don't like the sound of my voice, tough luck. Right, so J-Doy is invalid. Paranoid is on an inlet. Cammy, is that in response to me, to my comment? Yeah, there's nothing nothing cemented yet, but it is looking that way. As J-Doy is. It's a good job I actually like all you guys, isn't it? And you can take a joke. I'm just glad he's out on track because Luke would have come back with something like, oh, you are a joke. Speaking of which, let's watch his flying lap, shall we? Yeah, I think he's actually going to be the next man to do... Well... Ginge, they're running 13-13, they're running 0-0 wings. They're just aiming to just God send it through. Yes, is in hope that they don't crash. Can't crash if you just straighten them up. Like, just go straight through them. 16-7 from Wicken, that came from nowhere. So Colby has got to find almost a second on Wicken. His 15 thousandths up on his time. It's not a great deal. I don't understand where Wicken has found all of that pace. Where is he gonna come? Where is he gonna finish? Puts himself into P2 with a 17-1. As Cammy says, Sector 1 rocket ships and the rest of the track is just prayers and vibes. I mean, that's possibly the most accurate thing that you've said. Jado is still not improving. Scott looking like he's got to find 3 attempts to actually, well, over 4 attempts to progress through to the next round of quali. He's finding little chunks here and there, so unless he just had a terrible final sector on his original lap. Let's see what he's got. A little bit of a snap of oversteer. It takes a shallow line through the final corner. Does find time, but just can't find enough of it. Cammy's still starting to pitch. Schnitzy is on a flyer. As he comes round into the stadium section. What's he got? Does a 17-1 to pip Colby to provisional P2. So Scott is now down to 12th. As Paranoid's jumped. Sorry. Armin and J-Doy are now 6th and 7th. Yeah, Colin, I am. Once you jump into the party, I'll send you an invite into the session, so then you can actually watch. Cammy's left it late in Q2. I think he's just wait for track evolution and to see everybody do at least a couple of runs to see what sort of thing what sort of lap times they're doing. So. It's not. I'm not going to sit here and do what Dan and Claymore did to me on Sunday. Just gone when they said it was too late for me to do a lap in Q3, and then found half a second on my previous best. But he's got to beat a 17.586. But Paranoid is still on a lap. So if Paranoid can improve through on this lap, which he is doing, then Cammy's going to have to find a whole bunch more time. that lap that he's about to put together. Is Paranoid going to be able to cement his position inside the top 10? He moves up to P9 with a 17.5, so Kiani is the next man that needs to get a shift on. But Cami just started, so we'll ride a ball with Kiani and then go back to Cami just as he's about to cross the line. Jado is saying he might get knocked out of Q2 here. Yeah, because, well, I'd say he's safe in 6th if I'm being honest. Because the only people I can really see beating you Cami and Kiani. Russ might get up into 10th. But everybody else has Ginger snuck in with a 16.8. I missed that one. As Kiani's actually spun, so Kiani is not going to improve. Cami has invalidated his lap. So it looks like Cami will be starting from P15 unless he's got enough fuel in that car to do another lap, which it won't be the best lap he's ever put together because he's low on ERS. But he's still got to go for it as he crossed the line just in time. One sec. Oh shit. Oh. Yeah, Luke, I've just checked. Yeah, I had it on, and then when I had to do the lobby reset, it didn't save it properly. Cami puts himself into 12th, so not enough. As Scott is facing the wrong way. Give me a second. Yeah. So anyone watching, at the end of quality there will be a reset for the race because I may or may not have messed something up by accident, so I do apologize for that. So we are losing Kiani, Cami, Scotty and Dylan and Ross. Luke, do you want to tag them on Discord for me just to let me know? I forgot to put damage on, Jack. So we can't race the race without any damage. So Yeah, that's my mistake. It will take a couple of minutes to get the new lobby up and running. So just bear with me. So at the end of quali, if somebody can grab the quali positions before they go out, it would be like great for me. Yeah, Scott, that's not the point. Quali will be run as it is. Everybody's had the same advantages or disadvantages. So yeah, Luke, before you go out, will you grab the Q1 and Q2 results and just screenshot them for me, please, if possible? If you're still watching, that is, just so we know who went out where. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to deal with this at the same time. Hey Colin.
What's up, man?
Can you do me a favour?
Well, I can try.
Set up a new lobby. Please.
Okay.
I forgot to turn the damage on.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And by any chance, did you get any of the quali results?
No, but I can go back afterwards.
Yeah, we're gonna need them shortly. But yeah, if you could do that for me, it would be a massive help. So then as soon as this is over and done with, I can leave and we can get the invites to the new lobby out and ready to go.
No, because you're live streaming, I can't go back. You have to end the stream.
Yeah, it will end shortly. But yeah, I'm just meaning in general, can you just get that lobby up and ready for me?
Of course.
Just so that we can. Yeah, like as I'd set the lobby, I went to send out the first set of invites. It come up saying that the crossplay was enabled, and it was trying to send out EA invites instead of regular invites.
Yep.
And I had it saved as damage on. And then when I went back into it, it didn't save the damage on. So as I've scrolled through, I've turned the damage on and it's just gone, yeah, no. I'll grab the Q3 results, so then we've got the top 10 immediately sorted. And then it's just a matter of scrolling back through the bottom 6.
Yep.
Bottom 8, sorry, because we've only got 18. So yeah, if you could also get, I'm guessing you've got pretty much everyone at this point.
Not in tier 2, unfortunately.
If you could just knock out an invite to the ones you do have, the ones that are already out of quali. then it means that they can just leave and join, and we can get them in. I'm just trying to think on my feet right now.
Yeah, no worries.
It's my fault, like completely my fault. It was just general oversight on my behalf.
What was the race weather?
Dry.
Right, fine.
Yeah, dry throughout. So,
Strict on and reduced.
yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to end the stream now so you can grab the results from Q1 and Q2
Okay,
and
yeah.
just get it up and running again pretty much immediately. So